Just wanted to actually just take a minute to, well, for starters, apologize, because I will not be streaming tomorrow night for Let's Play with Lady K. Actually, I've got to work tomorrow, all things considered, because one of my coworkers was very, very gracious and worked my Sunday, and in return I'm working her Tuesday. Now, as most of you know, I auditioned yesterday for America's Got Talent, the season 13, which will be broadcasting in March. Well, all in all, the process takes between 4.5 to 5 hours, all things considered. With as many people as they had there, it's understandable, and I got there within minutes of them opening the tables. So it's not like I wasn't there, I didn't get there late and was stuck waiting for a better chunk of the day. I was there for a better chunk of the day within 20 minutes of the doors opening. And I still left around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, otherwise, I got to meet a lot of really amazing people. For instance, there was Raspberry Pi. They're a funk group that's based in Orlando. And I'll tell you what, they sound freaking amazing, and they're nerds! They've actually played at MegaCon a couple of times. And there was, apparently earlier this year, they did a set dressed as male versions of the Sailor Scouts. And I'll tell you, I would have paid good money to see that. I remember hearing friends talk about these guys. And I can tell you right now, they're pretty damn cool live. And granted, they only had like 2 of the members there at the time, but even just the 2 of them were freaking amazing. I'm really hoping they got through. Evan, I'm just doing a quick vlog. I'm actually in my car at work. See? Anywho, now, when I finally got to my audition room, I had to turn off my phone. And, now, there was probably around six to eight of us performing. And, we had these 3 absolutely adorable little girls there. They were just so freaking cute, and all of them weren't much older than Jaina. So it's like, oh, these kids remind me of my daughter. I'm missing my kiddos. Ugh. The gal that was on before me, she was alright. She was alright. I would have chosen a different song than she had. It was not good for her pitch. She would have been much better off doing something a little bit more soulful, if anything. I can't get into details, or too into detail right now about everything. But, I can tell you that she sang something from Bruno Mars, and again, with her pitch, she would have been much better off doing something more soulful than going for what she had. There was another gal that was there. Her voice was phenomenal. I mean, in sheer terms of just melodic a cappella, she had me beat easily. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a call back. But she was just absolutely fantastic to listen to. Her song choice was brilliant. And I really, really hope the best for her. I honestly do. I got to be a magician's assistant for both bits of his audition. And we'd gotten to talking about magic, because I'll sit down and I'll watch Penn and Teller's Fool Us during my breaks. And watching the show, I've learned to catch where, say, like, they're palming something, or they're doing something specific. Hey, Red Rob, I'm just doing a quick vlog. I'm not going to be streaming tonight. Um, or where they're doing something sneaky with the cards that we normally wouldn't see. And he was doing a magic trick for one of the for the gal I was just talking about, and I caught every single bit of misdirection. And he looked at me, he's like, "You know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Okay, so where was it?" And I held my hand up in a certain manner because he had palmed something. And he looked at me, he's like, "Yeah, that's it, all right." Well, he was on after me. I had just sat down. I was beyond exhausted by that point. I had been saving all my energy for my song. And by the time I was done, I was done. I was tired. I was practically comatose from 8 p.m. last night to roughly 9 o'clock this morning. I was only up for another 3 hours, and then I was asleep again until about 3:30. I was freaking tired, because here's the dealio. I was up from 3:30 Sunday afternoon, worked all night, drove straight from Tampa to Orlando, paused at the hotel for maybe 30 minutes at most, so that way I could see the Hubbles. And then it was on. Hey, Flutter Guy. I know, I've seen that act. It's so freaking funny. And then it was on to the convention center, where I was for the better part of a day. But yeah, I was pretty much dragging my feet for the last hour or two of Ranger Stop. And it didn't help matters that I had parking at the Orlando complex cost an arm and a leg. I only had to pay $5 when we were up in Jacksonville earlier in January, and they charged $10. I was like, crap, because that took a good chunk out of my food budget, and I've got to put the rest in the gas because I've got to work tomorrow. Well, I was able to eat something. Thank God I brought a drink stash, which I had with me, coffee included. Thank God. Thank you, Starbucks Double Shot with Energy. Thank you, Flutter Guy. That one's freaking hilarious. I love that one. And plus they had me out in the heat for the better part of 2 hours. Not fun, let me assure you, because they had us walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I can't tell you how annoyed people were getting with that. There was actually a point where I had stopped walking, hit off to the side, pulled my vape out, and just started puffing because I was getting kind of pissed off. Finally, they called my group, though, and got to sit back inside for a few minutes in the AC. I was heading towards the audition room within 5 minutes of that, but it was still enough for me to top off the charge on my phone. I mean, I'm loving my new phone for starters, because the battery lasted a long time. But to my audition, though, I started off well enough, but I might have accidentally kicked the amp up to 12 when I hit it on the chorus. Because I remember getting a few pops like, whoa! I remember hearing that much. And then after I was done, I all but collapsed in my chair. I kept joking around that the magician had kept me from sleeping. The producer got a kick out of that. I can tell you that much. Nonetheless, I'm actually really optimistic. I mean, really optimistic about how my audition went, because compared to how I felt in January to how I felt yesterday, it's a complete 180. January, I thought I had no idea what to expect. This time, though, I knew what to expect, and it actually really did help settle my nerves. I actually found that I was able to keep the doubt and the anxiety at bay better this time around than I was last time. Because when I auditioned back in January up in Jacksonville, I pretty much broke myself going to my chair, and I was in tears because my nerves were just too high strung. But this time around, it was more of a flare flop into the chair because I was so damn tired. Nonetheless, I'll definitely be keeping you guys posted. Wish me all the best. So, here's to hoping. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'll try to stream something this week. Not gonna make any complete promises on that. I will definitely try. But nonetheless, I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. It's almost time for me to head in. So, rock on, y'all.